Breaking down the Bulldogs right here at MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football. Please subscribe. So you're going to see more position previews than you can find anywhere as we bring in the best bloggers, broadcasters, and writers in the nation to do what we do each and every day. Best discussion, debate, and analysis on college football from myself and guys like Palmer Toms from Dogs 247. So lock it in right here. We know that you're doing well as we knock out these videos one after another this afternoon. We're moving on to linebacker. Tate Crowder's a household name around the SEC. Racked up 62 tackles and 4 tackles for loss. But besides him, not a whole lot that's being lost from 2019 at linebacker.
Yeah, and you really saw that in if you look at this 2020 signing class, Georgia's bringing in the #1 ranked class. They only are bringing in one linebacker. Kirby Smart has said that with the guys that they've got coming back, with the guys that they were losing, or excuse me, the guy that they were losing, they didn't really feel the need to, bring in a ton of guys at the position. So you're going to have a lot of experience returning. You mentioned inside with Tate Crowder gone, you're going to have Monty Rice back. He's going to be in his second full season as a starter. Played well in 2018, was kind of a rotational guy. You saw Juwan Taylor, Natrez Patrick, and Tate Crowder, kind of rotate with him there. And in 2019, Rice and Crowder were the two guys in the middle. You saw some rotation with Nakobe Dean, Quay Walker, a little bit of Channing Tindall as well. And I think you're going to see a rotation again. Kirby Smart really likes to keep his linebackers fresh. They're, especially the inside guys are running, sideline to sideline. And so Monty Rice is going to be the guy there. Nakobe Dean could really have a strong sophomore season, and Quay Walker and Channing Tindall both going into their junior years, really looking to make an impact. Outside linebacker, the wealth of talent that Georgia has is just unbelievable. I mean, I laugh at how much talent they have. It is incredible to look at the guys that they have, and they didn't lose anyone. Azeez Ojulari coming back, Nolan Smith, Jermaine Johnson, Adam Anderson. Anderson was a top-rated player at his position coming out of high school, and he's probably fourth on the line, fourth on the depth chart, because you've got so many guys. And if you look at the stats may not really pop out a ton because they are rotating 4, 5, sometimes 6 incredibly talented players at that position. The position is coached by defensive coordinator Dan Lanning, and he uses his guys. Ojulari really stepped up as a leader this past season. Redshirted his freshman year, played in 4 games, and really shined in his 4th game against Texas in 2019 in that 2019 Sugar Bowl, and then just ran with that momentum in 2020. He was the guy, for the outside linebackers. And Kirby's, you could tell, Kirby Smart really thought of him as a leader. The players really thought of him as a leader. Definitely not the most vocal guy, but Ojulari led with his, led by example, led with his actions. You've got top-ranked player in that 2019 signing class, Nolan Smith.
With currently no NBA, NHL, or Major League Baseball, you might think there's nothing to bet on. Well, you'd be wrong. BetOnline still has hundreds of places to wager, from their online casino to poker and blackjack, all open 24 hours a day and all online. Sports aren't totally done. There's still mixed martial arts, golf, esports, XFL, and many more. And hey, what about American Idol, the elections, the spelling bee, and even the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest? Be sure to use promo code CLNS50. That's CLNS50 to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your very first deposit. BetOnline, your full access wagering solution.
Top-ranked JUCO player in that 2019 signing class, Jermaine Johnson. Both of them, definitely made an impact last year. I would look at Johnson and say this is going to be his final season. He's going into his senior year, this is a contract year for him. Adam Anderson, mentioned him earlier, but he's going to be a junior. He's been used more so in specialty packages, and as a sometimes spying a quarterback. You saw him out there at times spying Joe Burrow in the SEC championship. He's used in third down packages, rushing the passer. He could, really make a name for himself in some of those specialty packages. I think with this Georgia defense this year, with how good they were in 2019 and how much they're returning, they're bound to be put in defenses in, second and long, third and long, and that screams, havoc for these outside linebackers. It was a huge, emphasis this past season. They wanted to increase havoc rate. They more than doubled, the number of, quarterback pressures that they got. Azeez Ojulari led the team in that, and I think he himself more than doubled, what DeAndre Walker did in 2018. And so, I think with this defense, with Dan Lanning being the defensive coordinator and this position coach, you're gonna see these guys really shine in 2020. They're gonna be put in some good situations, and freshmen coming in the fall, you got Mikael Sherman, who one of the top ranked outside linebackers in that signing class as well. So I think they're going to be put in situations that are beneficial to them, and I think you could. Ojulari is a guy that I would really look for this year as a huge breakout player.
Ojulari, 5 sacks, 5 tackles for loss. And I love these kind of breakdowns because I try to keep up with the personnel across the country. And this is what tires me of some of the reports that I see on the national level, is because they'll break down at Georgia before the SEC championship game last year or before the Sugar Bowl. And it's just kind of this blanket. The defense is fast and quick, and they're athletic, and they've recruited out of their minds. And Nolan Smith is like the only name that's dropped because he was the 5-star coming in that got all the hype. But man, there's like 4 or 5 guys that are near that elite talent level and maybe producing just as well, if not better. And Ojulari is a guy that didn't necessarily get that kind of recognition. But as you say, he could post some big numbers, even with the rotation, and really get his due here in 2020.
Absolutely. I mean, Dan Lanning said it before the Sugar Bowl, kind of heard it throughout the season. He called this defense a no-name defense, that they are rotating so much that, that there really wasn't that one single star. And with the guys that are coming back, I don't know that they're going to that's rotation is going to stop. I mean, you're going to see these guys all playing again, and you're going to see them rotating. But I think with a second year of these guys, making a name for themselves, Georgia's defense isn't going to be a no-name defense for much longer.
All right, folks, subscribe right here. Check out Palmer Tom's work at Dogs247. It's always a great time, Palmer, and we appreciate you breaking down the Dogs linebackers.
For sure.